Now that our website has text, it might be a good idea to add a picture. As you can see, I added a picture of myself here in Rome. However, before we can add this to the website, there's something we need to keep in mind. Pictures tend to be very, very large files. Now, as we're sending these over very, very busy networks, it's a good idea to shrink them as much as we can without making them look blurry. This is a 6 megapixel image, which means it's 3,000 pixels wide by 2,000 pixels tall, or reverse in this case, which is way too large to send. So, thankfully, Microsoft has made resizing pictures very, very simple. We simply go to our Start menu and start up Paint. Now, we just go to Open. Go to the directory where we save the photo. In this case, it's on the desktop, which is where I am right now. Open. And the picture will open up. So go up here to Resize, click it, and it will give you the option of resizing the picture horizontally and vertically and percentage. Now, if you know the exact size of the picture, you can do this and get it fairly accurate. However, if you don't, you can just click this pixel button right here, and it shows you the size of the image. Now, depending on the kind of picture it is, the speed of your server, the maximum size you can get away with varies. But a good rule of thumb is that the largest dimension of the picture should not be more than 1,000 pixels. Now, as you can see here, my largest dimension is 3008, which is a little too big. So, select it and type in 1,000. Now, as you'll notice, the horizontal dimension of the picture resized automatically. That's because this little checkbox here was checked. If yours isn't, make sure it's checked, otherwise you'll get a very heavily distorted image. Hit OK, and as you can see, the image has shrunk significantly. Now all we have to do is save it, and it will save it to wherever you load it from. We can close Paint. We're done with it for now. Back to Kompozer. So, much like in Microsoft Word, if you want to add a picture, you first place the cursor where you want to add it, so right here. Then go up here to this image button. Click it once. It will take you to this window. So, since we don't know the exact location of the photo from memory, at least I don't, you might be able to memorize that, click the little folder icon here. This will take you to another dialog. Again, navigate to where you saved your photo, find it, and click Open. Here it's loaded into the program, but as you can see, it's going to show it at 1,000 pixels high by 660 wide, which is fine, but it's a little too big. It will be pretty much the only thing a user sees if they're using a normal size monitor. Thankfully, it's fairly easy to fix. All we have to do is go up to Dimensions, click it once, and click Custom Size. And we can resize it again. How about we say we make this a fairly small photo. Let's say it's 400 pixels high. And as you can see, once again, width automatically adjusted. It's because of the constraint checkbox here. Most image editing programs have a box like that. So we have it at the correct size. There's one last thing we need to do. Go back to Location, this tab right here, and go down to Alternate Text. Now, what alternate text does is, if for some reason the image doesn't load, which happens more often than you might think, it will display a little bit of text to explain what was in that picture. That way, if if your browser cannot find the picture, anyone viewing the website is not completely lost as to what is going on. So, generally it's a good idea to just summarize what's in the photo. So since this is a picture of me in front of the Spanish Steps, I will call it me in front of the Spanish Steps. Now we're ready to insert it. Just click OK, and the picture should pop up. So yet again, hit Save. Notice that since we've already saved the file, we don't have to go through the whole process of naming it and putting it somewhere. It just does that automatically. Go back up, hit Browse, and let's see what it looks like in the web browser. And as you can see, we have a picture, and we have the information below it. It's still a little too big though, so let's try resizing it. Go back to Kompozer, right-click on the picture, and this drop-down menu will appear with a couple different options. Now, if you want to edit the image, go to the very last option called Image Properties. Click it once, and the dialog reopens. So, go back to Dimensions, go back to Size, and let's say we cut it in half by height. Yet again, click OK. That looks about right. Be sure to save it, otherwise the change won't pop up. And go to Browse again. And there we go. That's much better. So, congratulations. You've now added pictures to your website.